I read a book the other day that said the more decisions we make throughout the day, the worse our brain gets at making them. And that surprised me. Not the brain part, but that I actually read a book.
You got something about you that I really want. I'm falling in circles.
Today I'm walking you through my Vancouver daily routine. Everything from grabbing lunch to heading downtown. And the day starts somewhat early. I'd say that's somewhat early, right? It's not early because then all the people that get up at 5 a.m. would be like, that's not early, what is this guy talking about? As you can tell, yes, every morning does start with Wordle. That is part of the routine. Alexa does wake me up every morning, tells me the weather, tells me what day it is, because sometimes I don't always know. And she also turns the lights on in my room, because if they didn't turn on, I would just stay in bed. You know, don't test me, I will do it, I will. After the Wordle, I eat something small and quick, and then off to the gym.
Yeah, dashed out, hit the dash now. Feeling like the winner, make you so proud. There's no doubt, I'm yours now, and I just want to say.
One of the reasons I come here in the morning is because it's actually free parking in Canada Place in this big parking lot before 9 a.m. So if you want to come here, that is a life hack. And right down here is the gym. Trevor Linden, Club 16, sorry if it's kind of windy. Trevor Linden was a captain and played on the Vancouver Canucks for a few years. So a lot of people know his name, and when he retired, he started a gym chain and now he owns a bunch of gyms. So yeah, this is the Vancouver Harbor. Tons of people bike and run along this wall here. Also on the other side of the water here is North Van. So we're downtown right now, the other side is North Van. And also something else I wanted to point out is there's an island just behind me over here, and this island is called Dead Man's Island, which I actually don't know why it's called that. So if you know, leave a comment and I'll pin it, because I don't actually know why. I'll throw a map on the screen so you can actually see where I am, but if you know where Olympic Plaza is, this is exactly where I am, right along the water. So I'm not actually working out today because of the pandemic and everything. A lot of the gyms closed, including this one here, and I just haven't restarted my membership. Excuses, but I still wanted to share the spot even though I'm not going here every single day right now because it's a good spot. And now I'm going to Brecca, which you may say, hey, you did that in your last vlog, and yeah, that's why it's part of the routine.
But it was an accident. You probably saw that shit and told all of your friends.
9 a.m. is sometimes the toughest part of the day because it is study time. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you know that I'm studying for the real estate exam because I have the exam coming up to get my real estate license. This is the math book. I'm doing math today. I'm not excited about that because math is not my strong suit because it's dumb. That's why. Originally, it was really hard for me to like sit down for like 2 or 3 hours in the morning and just like do it. And I started reading this book, Atomic Habits. I don't have the actual book, it was an audio book, but pretend it's this. Atomic Habits. It's all about habit building and like the science behind creating habits and actually sticking to them. And I haven't missed a study day in probably a month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you go from not being in school or not studying for 2 years to going back into school. Because I was a free man, you know, and then school ruined it all. Something just got announced, which is, this is my Instagram story, you can't really see it. You should follow me on Instagram, but farewell face coverings in British Columbia. No more masks as of tomorrow, just in time for my birthday. My birthday's on March 12th. I'll be honest, I don't ever really ask for likes very often, but it's true they do help share my videos to more people on YouTube. So if you do like them, consider leaving a like. If not, that's okay too. So obviously I eat lunch every day, right? We'll say it's part of my routine, I guess, to survive as a human. So I thought an interesting way to do it for this video would be to try out a couple food delivery services in Vancouver. I keep getting Instagram ads for Instacart and Corner Shop by Uber and also Tiggy. So I want to try those 3 all at once, because at the end of the day, I am the Vancouver information guy. It's probably how you found me on YouTube. And I have worked with Tiggy in the past, but since this video isn't sponsored by anyone, I can say whatever I want. Not that I'm gonna hate, you know, no bias, that's what I'm saying. 17-minute delivery, 42-minute delivery, 1 hour, and 4-minute delivery. Welcome to my grocery delivery review show. Because if I test them all at once, then I'll know what's the cheapest and what's the best. I will eat it all. Don't worry. Well, I'm not gonna eat like the toilet paper, but the stuff that you can eat. I'm happy to say they're all eco-friendly, like so far, the packaging. I was worried some of it would be like plastic film, which is actually kind of hard to recycle in Vancouver. I will say Instacart is really just a cardboard box. No presentation points there. Like I said, I've worked with Tiggy before. They seem like nice people, but are the groceries as good as the people? That is the biggest onion I've seen in my life. It's a baseball. Nothing is crushed. They actually packed it so nothing got ruined, which is nice. My frozen berries were a bit melted in there, but if they deliver it in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you don't need ice anyways. That was the only one that was actually free delivery. Instacart was $6 delivery, and Corner Shop was like $10.50. For Instacart and Corner Shop, if you want to order from different stores, you have to fully select and check out, and then switch stores and then check out again. And this is supposed to be a simple process, and it's just making it more difficult. And you can also see a map of where they're driving to if you wanted to stock them, which the other apps do not have. But I would have liked to track the Corner Shop guy, because I feel like he went on a detour. I do. He went sightseeing or something. I don't know. Last but not least, well, maybe least, we don't know yet. This one was $10.50 delivery for this. A little bit sus. And it took an hour and 4 minutes. And I also paid $2 extra for faster delivery. Did I get scammed out of $2? Maybe. It's possible. This one, the guy was actually messaging me the whole time because I got this coffee and he was like, there's a deal if you want to get another one for 19 cents extra. So he was looking out for me and I appreciated it. I got the least amount of stuff in this order, but that's because the stores on Corner Shop have a service fee. Like Costco has a 25% service fee. I'm just paying extra at this point. I thought all of these were just for groceries originally, but if you are just buying groceries, Tiggy's the fastest, probably the cheapest. But if you need anything else on top of groceries, then Instacart's probably the best option. Like I saw a paper shredder on the Instacart store if you need a paper shredder delivered to you for some reason. I said I was hungry when I ordered this stuff, so now I'm gonna eat something. Thank you for coming to the show. Now I can work anywhere for the first time and record anywhere and go anywhere and get stuff done. This is my first Apple computer. Some stuff I really like, but some stuff is gonna take a while to get used to. It's just so much simpler on PC. How do you full screen without full screening? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. I spent probably like an hour a day learning how to use this thing over the last like few days, so it is part of my routine is learning about this thing. And also today is gonna be the first day I'm gonna be using Final Cut Pro instead of Premiere Pro. Never used Final Cut before. Oh, I'm stuck already. What's happening? The first half of the day is this pretty set in stone routine, and then in the afternoon it kind of gets pretty different most of the time because that's when I do YouTube stuff. And I say that because some days I am editing for 8 hours, some days I'm scripting a video, some days I'm forgetting what I do. Some days I'm filming the videos. And today I am planning 2 videos and also doing the thumbnail for this video. The first video I'm planning is honestly an exciting one. I've been like trying to make it happen for a while. It's touring an apartment in the Vancouver house, which is, you know, this big curved building that you have definitely seen if you are in Vancouver. And one of my friends, they're living in the building. So they're like, hey, do you want to do a tour? And I'm like, absolutely. They know me well. I'm literally just waiting at this point for it not to be raining, so then we can go tour the apartment. No one wants to watch an apartment tour on a rainy, gray day. Well, maybe, but they would rather watch it when it's nice. And the other one is a Vancouver Vibes, which is a vlog. And I don't plan the vlogs, like I don't script what I'm gonna say, but I will take a look at my week ahead of time and be like, oh, I could go and record this, or I could bring my camera along for this, and it would go into a vlog. I just have to decide if something's interesting enough to actually include, because I'm not trying to show you me doing my laundry. Some people do, but my laundry experience is not that interesting. I don't think. I actually use Notion to plan all of my videos because it syncs across. By the way, this is not sponsored. That sounded like a segue into a sponsor. This video isn't sponsored, but hey, Notion, if you're listening, you can get in the DMs, send me an email, let's work. I put all of my like video ideas and like outlines on Notion because then it syncs from my laptop to my desktop computer and also my phone. First thing I'm gonna do is get this thumbnail done before the daylight is gone because it's pretty gray out today, and once the light is gone, there's no chance of making a good thumbnail. know a life hack? I always wear a white shirt when I make a thumbnail because I can always change the color of my shirt later on. If it's white, it's a lot easier to do that, so. Every time I make a thumbnail, I have an idea, original idea, and I'll draw either on paper or in Photoshop what it's gonna look like. And so you've seen this thumbnail now because you clicked on the video, but here is what it looked like before I actually added anything. Yeah, I know, it's pretty, yeah, Picasso. I like it. That's me, and that says blue sky. Listen, we can't all be artists like me. Honestly, I'm even ashamed of that. Okay, that looks bad. Hey, but the final result is fine. Okay, it looks good, so I'm happy with it. I'm filming the apartment tour next week, I believe. So like every single day, daily routine type of thing, I am doing the final touches to the apartment. And I have a gray whiteboard in my room and it has a gray metal silver look to it. I'm liking this kind of thing. If you can't really tell, it is just a whiteboard with a black outline and the room has a lot of blacks in it. So I think I'm about to DIY this. I bought some spray paint yesterday and I'll be honest, I might just totally ruin the whole thing. I'm not a DIYer. I try my best, but I'm gonna set it up on the table here and paint it.
Let it marinate with no promo. Now you gotta send a party in a no home, no home, no home. Cause you a bad habit, you gotta knack at it. Said you want a stick shift, but I'm automatic. But the Fendi and Gucci got you smiling and all flattered till the day that I left you finally figured it don't matter.
There's actually a few things that I don't do every day on purpose, so kind of like the opposite of a daily routine. A daily non-routine. For example, I have a 30-minute time limit on Instagram, so every day I can only spend, half an hour on Instagram, which is pretty good, enough to answer some DMs and post some stories and all that. Another thing is answering emails. That's a big part of like YouTube and like making money on YouTube, and I don't really enjoy doing it, so I put time aside like once a week to do emails. That's it. And I actually have a reason for that. I wanted to share a quote, and it was from a book that I read. And it went along the lines of, most stress in our lives comes from thinking and worrying about things that we don't even have to face yet. We make ourselves struggle when we don't even have to yet. Just thinking about a thing that's coming up. I think like that mindset and that quote is one of the reasons that I just don't really get stressed out very often. Because if something's coming up that's worth stressing over, I'll deal with it and it will happen when the time is there. Quotes are your mind's tools. That's what I've been learning recently. Because all those little wisdom bits that I share once in a while, they're usually from a book that I read. And then I'm just, sharing them over here. And pretty much the final thing I do each day that's part of my routine is come to the whiteboard. This is where all of my current thoughts, quotes, to-do list, everything that's current, it just sits here. Every night I will cross off the things that I did today, completed, and I will write out the stuff that has now come up and put these little boxes beside what I have to do tomorrow. I don't think I have anything on here that's gonna expose me, so I should be okay. But that means this one can go now. Wow, that did not erase very well, but you know what? I'll deal with it later. So that was my working daily routine in Vancouver, creating, content and getting my real estate license, and nothing glamorous, but a lot of the important stuff in our lives gets done in the dark. When no one's seeing it, when it doesn't feel that important, right? So I'll see you guys next week.
I'm ready right now. I wonder when it all comes to